A. Technology. Here are some things we are likely to see more of in the future.
Smart buildings or homes. Computer-controlled buildings and homes where things like lighting, heating, security, and so on are completely automatic. The adjective smart can be used for anything that uses computers or information stored in electronic form. For example, a smartphone, smart TV, smart car. Interplanetary travel and space tourism. Travel to planets in outer space, either for exploration or for tourism. Nanotechnology. Science of developing and producing extremely small tools and machines by controlling the arrangement of atoms and molecules. Keyhole surgery. Medical operation in which a very small hole is made in a person's body to reach the organ or tissue inside.
B. The environment and nature.
A doomsday scenario for the environment sees our destiny as a world choked with pollution, where many plants and animals have become extinct.
Many experts foresee a situation where traffic in megacities becomes completely gridlocked.
The population explosion may lead to widespread food and water shortages.
Genetic modification or engineering is already used to change fruit and vegetables so that they grow better. However, many people object to the idea of genetically modified or GM food or crops.
Gene therapy will be used to eradicate some diseases, thanks to our knowledge of the human genome.
Some people envisage a world in which designer babies will be popular.
Cloning of animals, and even human beings, may become common.
C. Society and people.
The breakdown of the traditional family structure has already occurred in some countries. In future, the nuclear family may no longer be the main type of family unit, and more loosely defined relationships will develop. Globalization will increase, affecting how things are produced and sold, what we buy, and how we communicate. The world has become a global village, and we will have more and more contact with other people in it. We may even make contact with extraterrestrial beings. The gulf between rich and poor nations will widen if we do not take drastic measures now to improve the situation.
A. Fossil fuels.
Fossil fuels are sources of energy which were formed underground from plant and animal remains millions of years ago.
Several new oil wells were constructed in the desert last year.
Offshore drilling platforms explore the ocean bed for oil and gas.
Older coal-fired power stations generally cause high levels of pollution.
The coal mines in the north of the country are no longer profitable.
A new gas pipeline was built to bring cheaper energy to the capital city.
B. Renewable energy.
Renewable energy is energy that can be produced again as quickly as it is used.
Onshore wind farms to get new government subsidies.
Solar panels to be installed on all government buildings.
Hydroelectric power station to be closed down.
Biomass not the answer, claims Energy Minister.
Tidal power and wave power may meet future energy needs.
Government to focus on renewables, Minister announces.
3 new nuclear power stations to be built.
Geothermal energy will last 1,000 years, says scientist.
C. Using energy.
What can ordinary citizens do to reduce energy consumption? Some simple things include using fewer power-hungry appliances around the home, monitoring your use of electricity, and consuming less energy by switching off unnecessary lights and entertainment systems that use power while on standby. Is your car a gas guzzler? Think about changing to a more energy-efficient model. think more about food miles and buy local products so that fuel consumption in the transporting of goods is reduced. We can also reduce our carbon footprint by planning travel more carefully and cutting out unnecessary journeys. Remember, the world's coal, oil and gas deposits are finite. One day they will run out. So think now about what you can do to consume less.
A. Things occupying a lot of space.
Extensive. Edinburgh has extensive traffic-free routes. The building contains extensive educational facilities. Spacious. A spacious garden. The city of Washington is spacious and green. Roomy. A roomy car. The house was roomy. Rambling. A large, rambling building. A rambling mansion.
I like Canada because I love wide open spaces.
Little white cottages were scattered across the landscape.
The problem with this university is that the buildings are rather spread out, and it takes a long time to get from one place to another.
Jack's bedroom is large, with ample room for all his things.
B. Insufficient space or things occupying too small a space.
Cramped. Cramped hotel rooms. Living in small, cramped apartments. Pokey. Informal. 2 pokey little rooms. A pokey little flat. Congested. Tanker traffic on the congested waterway. The congested streets. Compact. A tiny, compact refrigerator. A compact, low, white villa.
C. Other words and expressions.
I saw her at the carnival, but I couldn't get to her because I was hemmed in by the crowds.
The city centre is always bustling with tourists at this time of year.
There isn't enough room to swing a cat in his flat.
We were packed in like sardines on the bus.
The government offices are an absolute labyrinth.
The river marks the boundary of the estate.
We created more space by building an extension at the rear of our property.
In these conversations, Speaker B paraphrases what Speaker A says. Note the verbs in bold.
There were 16 of us in a minibus that seated 10, and it was a long journey.
Yes, we were all crammed into that tiny space for over 5 hours.
There's not much room, is there? Can I sit between you and Mark?
Yes, you can squeeze in between us.
You've invited a lot of people to your party, and it's only a small room.
Yes, it might be a bit of a squash.
Shall I put all those old papers into this rubbish bag?
Yes, just stuff them all in and we'll take it away later.
A. Informal expressions relating to time.
We only meet once in a blue moon.
He's spent all his born days in the village.
I'll be with you in a mo. I'll be with you in a sec. I'll be with you in a tick. I'll be with you in less than no time. I'll be with you in a jiffy.
Clive's been working here for donkey's years. Clive's been working here since the year dot.
We can talk about this till the cows come home, but I'm not going to change my mind.
Are you sure she gave you the book for keeps? Are you sure she gave you the book for good?
She turned up just in the nick of time. She very nearly missed the train.
He was a famous athlete, but now he's over the hill. He was a famous athlete, but now he's past it.
She was a child film star, but was already a has-been by the age of 20.
Sue did her homework in a flash. Sue did her homework at a rate of knots.
B. Adjectives relating to the passing of time.
fleeting, brief or quick. Common collocations, glimpse, visit, smile, moment, appearance. Lengthy, continuing for a long time. Common collocations, process, investigation, discussions, negotiations, delays. Transient, lasting for only a short time. Common collocations, effect, population, feeling, pleasure. Persistent, lasting for a long time or hard to stop or get rid of. Common collocations, cough, problems, rumour, smell, accusations, critic, offender, failure, gossip. Inexorable, continuing without hope of being stopped. Common collocations, rise, slide, decline, pressure, advance of time. Incipient, just beginning. Common collocations, panic, rage, rebellion, stages, wrinkles, dementia. Protracted, lasting for a long time or made to last longer. Common collocations, negotiations, discussions, argument. Lingering, taking a long time to leave or disappear. Common collocations, perfume, kiss, smile.
C. Other useful time words.
Terrorists carried out simultaneous attacks on 3 places in the capital.
Schools were closed for the duration of the President's visit.
We shouldn't prolong the meeting. We've already discussed the matter for an hour.
I'm sorry, I can't change the date at such short notice.
The teacher repeatedly warned the student that she would fail her exam.